Hi Buddhas, thank you so much for using my channel. Before we start the live feed, I'd like to say an extra big thank you to the people who support all three of my channels via patreon.com and buymeacoffee.com, because my content just wouldn't be the same without you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. You'll find the links in the description of this video. So, shall we start chanting together in unity? Okay, let's do it. Hi Buddhas. Here we are again. How are you today? Hope you're feeling incredibly wonderful. Wonderfully incredible. Incredible. Wonderfully. Here we go again. All the words. I find that I keep going on about English or the language, I should say, whether it be English language or, words that we've had, integrate into our own language. My goodness, my brain's going there. And actually, one thing I'm really, really fascinated by, and I can't even begin to understand how all this came about, but I am absolutely fascinated by accents. I don't mean, well, I kind of mean different languages. Although I understand how maybe Polish people can't say some English words, and probably more likely, certainly in my case, English people can't say certain Polish words or Japanese words because we've not been trained, our jaws and muscles haven't been, we talk a certain way, don't we? But more specifically, I'm talking about accents, as in, oh my goodness, on the top of my head, in the north of England, you might say, "How do?" In other words, how are you? You're right there, Chuck. Chuck, as in friendly person, acquaintance. I used to be married to someone whose family are from Lincolnshire, so it's slightly north east of England, slightly, and they would say duck, as in like an honorific greeting. Well, not an honorific, but they say, "You're right, duck." Whereas in London, they might talk like this, like in a London accent. And in south west of England, then we talk like this. You're talking a little bit of like a Bristol accent. No, I'm not good at accents, but I don't know. I mentioned Poland because Polish language, because actually there are certain words that I just can't get I know a little bit of Polish, but there are certain words I just can't get my mouth round, and I certainly can't get my head round. And I know some Japanese. There's very few Japanese words that I can't say, or all the ones that I know. I found learning Japanese actually the easiest. It's not easy, but I found it the easiest to learn, simply because it's short characters. So my name is Nigel. That's easy for me to say, but my ex-mother-in-law, Japanese, couldn't say my name. She would say Nigelu, because there's no L. It's L something, like L-U. So Nigelu. So, for example, my favourite my favourite word in Japanese is it sounds like I'm taking the mick. I promise you I'm not. I just love it because the way it just goes is tomato. So we say tomato. So ma, we extend, we pronounce, but there's no not pronounce. What's the word when you put more of an emphasis on that particular part? In Japanese, there isn't. It's tomato, and sausage as well. I'm told it's sausage, so it's like a Morse code, But what I'm really, really fascinated by, and I'm sorry, I'm going on and on and on again. You want to do Gongyo, I'm sure, but quickly say that you come to where when the colonies came to found the United Kingdom. At what point did the same words become it's said really differently in the same language? Like I've said this before, but I would say I'm going to have a bath. In probably the north of England, they might say I'm going to have a bath. Say take a bath. We're going into that again. So bath and bath. It really fascinates me. I should look into that. I should, if I had time, I'd study that to a good level. I think because it really fascinates me. Right. Don't know why I said all that. Anyway, this is the way this is the reason why I talk like this. Actually, no. The reason why I talk like this is I think I have said this before, that where I come from, which is the east of England. So I come from. There's a bit. I don't know which way round I am. There's a bit on the east of England that sticks out like a ball, and that's called East Anglia. And I come from the bottom half of that, which is called Suffolk. You got Norfolk and Suffolk, and I was born in Suffolk. So I suppose I should really talk like a bit like this, it's Suffolk. If I needed to smoke, I might say, "Have you got a light?" I should really talk like this, a little bit similar to Bristol actually, but that's the kind of accent that where I was born. But when I was younger, I don't know, maybe 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way I spoke, so I on purpose started to talk what I thought was the Queen's English, which is more. It's like posh, but I'm not posh. I really am not posh. So you might hear an accent in my voice, a local accent in my English voice, but I can't hear it because actually I feel that on purpose I spoke what we call more of the Queen's English. I suppose it's the King's English now, but we're getting into a whole new ball game now. I refuse to call him anything other than Prince Charles. I don't think he's a very nice person at all. Not at all. From my experience anyway. Anyway, so shouldn't have this conversation with, that's a bit almost political, but my sister loves the royal family, and she loves to, study royal history. So hopefully she's not watching this. Shall we do Gongyo? Let's move on very quickly, I think. I'm not an anti-royalist, by the way. I really am not. I love the Queen. It's the opposite to Prince Charles. I'm not going to say. I refuse to. Right, let's do Gongyo. I need to chant about my my attitude, I think. Let's do it. Here we go. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo. Hoban Pandai Ni. Niti sai san du sai ma yan jo ni ki ka sharia sai bei chi ya jin jin maria ga chi ya man nan gai nan yu wei sai sha man yak si bi sai fu na chi sha wi sha ga bu sa jin an yak sa man na kami shi sha bu zin ga sha bu sa maria de he yam ya sha jan ya sha fu ma jin jin mi sa u han se ge sha sa se shin nan gai sharia ska di dam si ra shi ju win nan chi ju he yu ka wan gan ka me shi ha ben in da shi ja ra wei sha da we shaga Harmas Kaiga Sakashari Asanara Chike Kara Jin Namaria Murke Wikami Shawi Sanjai Gaida Sanma Jinni Misa Jajo Wisa Shariasnara Nasheda Farmers Galsa Shaha Ganji Nuna Nekeshi Shin Shariasashi Yanganji Maria Murhen Misa Uha Bishaji Shi Shariasafishi Bishas Jawi Shaka Bishajaji Daisuki Chia yo Pazia Paznino Kushin Jahaji Sasha We Shahana Se Sana Se Shana Se Taina Se Rikina Se Sana Se Inna Se Yenna Se Kana Se Hona Se Homa Kukyata Shawi Shahana Se Sana Se Shana Se Tain Na Se Sana Se Inna Se Yenna Se Kana Se Hona Se Homa Kukyata Shawi Shahana Se Sana Se Shana Se Taina Se Rikina Se Sana Se Inna Se Yenna Se Kana Se Hona Se Ma Kukyata Myoho Renge Kyo Nyoya Jirya Han Daiju Roku Jiga Takabara Shaka Shaka Shamaria Yakasa Man Nakasa Yasa Gejai Sabaka Kaimushi Rakshi Darao Nuwa Bizlani Ramiri Ida Shijiga Habangai Naihani Jisve Mazlaja Jishi Sapaka Dojo Washi Yesha Jinja Rikana Danda Jida Zigani Gamaslaga Kuya Shari Genkaya Rainbow Nisha Kaskashin Shida Kinshin Bakashi Inu Nine Nation Yakam Bizvishi Jakshim Yajiga Kusha So Kushas Gaji Gashu Dada Sashi Firmasa Iha Bimri Kalken Imas Vemasiaka Kushida Kuyashin Ashagabu Owi Smeja Hanyata Fimashi Tani Gamasla Galkan Chachu Damas Zayaku Kai Kai Fi Wingen Shinra Gashas Nigel Isapa Jinzo Rikinaza Owasagi Kaja Zaria Jisenki Yasha Jishashi Shoking Kajin Dakasha Shaji Gashida 110 Ninja German Umrin Shoda Gashoda Hashagan Haju Dekeka Yakatanga Sashi Yaku Mandara Kazamazgada Shigada Dafuki Nishi Ken Shodan Ifi Shako Nanya Zasis Zeman Zishi Zashi Joey Yakugo Winna Shichikaso Kokenga Shinsai Shini Zapa Wakaji Shishi Sasabaji Moriaku Naikan Bisham He Sasabas Nanji Gachi Rikinaza Eka Shamaria Jamia Mushi Kagu Shiga Nyoto Ochi Shamato Shisho Kita Davia Yaji Shika Design Nigan Shimuna Sekama Gaika Isabu Kishoku and Shai Bonbu Tenda Design Gamas Isha Kenga Kani Shaka Shishin Hois Dakoi Katao Akadaji Gada Dashi Daga Dafiga Dazaya Shakada Almighty Jesus Senin Igaria Shida Tokani Mitada Sakado Dubushin Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo 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 Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo Myoho Renge Kyo Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Wow. Oh my goodness. It's one of those speechless moments. Come on, Nigel, you're live. Wow, that was fantastic. I don't know how that was for you. Hopefully, well, really, really hopefully, just as good, nay, way better. Because that means I know that you're inspired and feeling great, and that makes feel very joyful and happy to if that's the case. Sometimes I say this a lot, the joy oozing from my heart is immeasurable. And that's why we chant, isn't it? You know, we don't chant to be miserable. We chant to change poison into medicine, and for our already amazing medicine to feel it, to have even more of a positive impact, don't we? Okay, so I spoke a lot at the beginning, so I'm going to, this end bit is going to be relatively short, so I'm just going to say my thank yous. Except I don't know how to really adequately convey my gratitude to you. That was, you know, when we go live, when we chant live, it's just incredible. So thank you doesn't go far enough for me. From my heart, I really appreciate you. If you're live with me, you're amazing. Or as it still says on screen, you are awesome. There's a reason why I put that there. If you're watching this back, so many hundreds of people do. When it's a video, live video on my playlist, on my channel, you are also awesome. Thank you so much. So let's leave it there. Hopefully we can do this again very soon. Until whenever that is, hopefully soon, as I say. Please take very, very good care of yourselves and others, of course. And finally, happy chanting.